In today's video, while I'm making this delicious meal, very simple, easy meal that you can make for your husband or for your wife or for your kids, I want to be talking about how you can actually make sure that you are eating healthy at a low price. Okay, now the very first thing I want to talk about is actually going to the market by yourself and actually getting the grocery, like the fresh stuff, especially if you live in a country whereby you're gonna have, or maybe you have market days. It is good for you to go to the market by yourself and actually do what, make sure that you are checking what is on the market. You're gonna get a lot of organic products that you can actually buy for, like, for your family, whether it is vegetables, whether it is your fruits. We have a lot of plenty of things, especially if you love to explore different places, and then you can get. So today I'm making some eggplant stew, as you can see, and I just wanted to talk with you. And while I'm chopping this stuff, I remember I normally go to the market by myself, and I love exploring the market days because we have a lot of plenty of vegetable, green vegetables, organic vegetables, like they are just directly from the farm. Now my number 2 point is actually for you to make sure that you are buying in bulk. Okay, instead of you going to the market each and every time buying small packets of maybe potatoes or tomatoes, why don't you just buy a sack of, maybe if it is potatoes or onions, like in a larger portion, so that this way you don't waste money, and also you don't waste your time going to the market. Okay, you can utilize this time or this money that you will be spending on small packets to do other things, and also utilize your time, because remember, it is not just about spending, or maybe in terms of saving money, but also in terms of actually saving time, because time is very valuable than even money. We use time to make money. Okay, now another thing that I have to tell you, or maybe I practice a lot, is actually for you to make sure that you are planning your meals. Okay, you can plan to cook your meals the whole week, or maybe for 3 days or 2 days, depending on how you love it. If you have freezer, like you have big fridge, you can actually even do it for 2 weeks, so that way you are spending less time in the kitchen cooking stuff, and actually spending more time maybe with the kids, or working, or doing anything that you will want, depending on personal needs. Okay, another thing is that if you are planning to actually save money on your food while eating healthy, instead of you going to the supermarket to buy packed food, okay, or maybe packed or maybe processed food, instead of you doing this, if you can get somewhere by, you know, that there are actually organic products, or maybe, like I said, making market days or stuff like that, instead of you buying those packed food, why don't you just buy and then go and do it yourself? For instance, instead of you buying maybe potatoes that have been packed, maybe cleaned and packed, why don't you just buy the ones that are from the farm, directly from the farm, and then start chopping, or maybe go home, wash them, and then start chopping by yourself and make your chips. Okay, and something else I have to add is that you do not need to spend a lot of money going to the market to buy stuff. If you can actually do what, you can plant your own stuff, instead of you buying things like tomatoes, things like onions, or maybe coriander, or these small things that don't take a lot of time to harvest. Instead of you doing, if you have a garden, why don't you utilize that garden and actually plant some stuff and start harvesting and using? You're gonna be spending less on the grocery, and also you're gonna be saving time while eating healthy. Okay, now one thing I love when I'm at home is actually to make my own stuff, like to cook my own food, instead of me going to the restaurant and then spending a lot of money enjoying. Maybe I'm not saying that I'm not part of it, like I do not do it once in a while, but I do not do it every day. Like it's not something that I do every day going outside. Remember, I have a big family, so I cannot do it every now and then, but maybe twice a week or maybe once a week we normally have family time outside and have some food. but majority of the time I love to cook my own food at home because it is not only delicious, but you're gonna save a lot of money, and also the way I make my food is not the same way they make it in the restaurant. Guys, if you're loving my content, you have other tips that we can utilize to actually save money, save your life in terms of health wise. Let me know in the comment section which practices are you practicing. Last but not least is actually for you guys, if you are thinking of actually living a healthy life and actually just eating healthy and save money, why don't you practice fitness stuff? Because remember, while we are eating, they normally say that we are like I don't know how to say it, but they normally say that we are the things that we eat. I'm not saying it well, but you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so instead of you eating maybe crappy things or maybe stuff that are not good, why don't you utilize yourself and start eating maybe fruits, investing yourself in fruits, and also doing some exercise at home? Even if you are not going to the gym, you can still utilize the place that you have at home. Make a place whereby you can actually start doing some exercise for you to improve your health. That way you're gonna be spending not less, like you're gonna spend less on medication because you won't be sick, and also you're gonna spend less on actually stuff like maybe if you just decide that you are going to do stuff at home, maybe your exercise at home, you won't be paying monthly stuff for your gym. Okay, and you're gonna be avoiding those sick stuff, like you're gonna not be sick at all. Okay, because fruits are very important, exercise are very important. Okay, something else is actually for you to try as much as possible to make sure that you are actually eating the balanced diet. Don't just eat one type of food. Like if you are eating rice, you eat rice, you eat like only rice each and every time. No, try to utilize these things. Try to add in something like greens, fruits, this fresh stuff. Try as much as possible to eat them because it's gonna be you're gonna be improving your health and stuff like that. So my little kid was eating some fresh corns without me cooking. I had to remove them and tell her not to do it. Okay guys, so these are some of the plenty of stuff that I normally get, fruits and stuff and vegetables from the market. I'll see you next in my next videos. Like I always say guys, if you are finding these videos valuable, you want to see more, please do me one favor and like the video, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next in my next video. Bye.